Hey, what is going on, guys? And today we're going to be going a complete Battlefield 1 beta overview. We're going to talk about everything we possibly can. I'm going to try to crunch it into a shorter video, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to talk about is how it plays. Now, it plays very similarly to Battlefield 4. Uh, the system is the same. It's a new engine. It's the Battlefront engine, I believe. So it's not the same engine, but it feels very similar. And I like that. I know my friend really didn't. He's just kind of hoping for something like completely new, but DICE generally sticks with the same, and I personally like it. Next, we're gonna be talking about the connection and matchmaking. I know that yesterday, if you were an insider, which I hope everybody was, it wasn't really bad, but today, Poodle Corp, the hacker group, really hit the EA servers hard, and it was just a pain. The connection was bad, and then once you did connect, the matchmaking was even worse. I absolutely hated the matchmaking. I mean, it was terrible. You're talking about you couldn't really quick match find a game. You had to go into the servers, and the queues were like 20 people, 30 people. I saw one that had like 50 people queues, and it was crazy. And I just, we got lucky, and we got some good games in. And that's another thing is I'm doing a lot of recording now. I'm trying to get a lot of good gameplay because whenever the beta goes away, I still want to make Battlefield 1 videos and updates, and I want some gameplay to put in the background, and I don't want to just keep playing the same stuff over and over again. So that's why not many videos are coming out about Battlefield 1. I'm going to try to cram it all into this video and then have a bunch of gameplay for the next couple months to come while the beta's not here and then the game is still not here. So that's why you're not getting a crap ton of Battlefield 1 videos right now. I'm sorry about that. So, moving on quickly. Next thing is the start menu. If you are playing the game, I suggest that you do not go into the start menu if you don't have to. It is absolutely terrible. You click the start menu and your game will just freeze up. And it's not just me, it's my other friends too. So I know it's just not my console or something, or my internet, because my other friends have good internet and new consoles. So it's the game itself, the beta. Whenever you click the start menu, it can pull up right away, or it can put you in like a useless standpoint for like a minute or a couple minutes. It's terrible. Just don't click the start button if you don't have to. And if you're not changing settings or you're not the party leader, you shouldn't have to click start button at all. And to be forewarned, because some of you might try it, and it is a pain in the butt. Now, next topic, moving right along really fast, is it worth playing? It's 6 gigabytes. I would download it. I would delete a game for it. I think the beta itself is better than a lot of games I've played in the last couple months. Battlefield always makes great games. They're beautiful. In YouTube, you see the gameplay, it doesn't give it justice. The game itself is amazing. The dynamic weather is awesome. Like I keep getting mad because I'll play by myself, and then the big old sandstorms will roll in. And then when I'm playing with my friends, the sandstorms won't roll in. And I'm like, oh man, I wish you guys were here. Yesterday or a couple hours ago when this big old sandstorm rolled in, and then it ever happens. So, I personally, if I were you guys, I would download it. I would play it. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. Next is gun balancing, and I kind of sorry took a little break right there because I had to breathe. The gun balancing in this game is very good. If I had a complaint about anything, it would probably have to be that submachine gun in the assault class. In the classes, I'll talk about that in just a second, but I want to finish this submachine gun. It's very powerful. A lot of people use it, and maybe that's why it's so powerful, is I just get killed by it with a lot. But it's got amazing range. Like, I sit and I can snipe people with it because it does like a minimum of 12 damage, and it fires fast, and it's great because the only gun that's competed with it at close range are like the light machine guns, and at far range, the snipers. But as an all-around gun, that submachine gun is crazy powerful. Now, I want to talk about the classes real quick, because a lot of people have had this problem, and I did at the beginning. Now, you'll see that, like, for example, the assault class has the ATS rocket gun. It's the big old sniper that I made a video about a while back before the beta even came out. It was in the alpha. You can't, and it says, like, you can't unlock it with the war bonds. You have to be rank 1, or it's rank 1, but some other things, other gadgets, and other classes are rank like 2 or rank 3, and guns and whatnot, and people couldn't unlock them. And I played for hours, and I still couldn't unlock it, and I finally figured out that if you play on the same server, it only counts progress for the first game, which I'm still not completely convinced because I've changed servers a lot and stuff. But but from what I get, the general consensus is you play a game, and then once the game is over, and it gives you this the menu, and you can go back to the you push Y to go back to the main menu. Do that, and then switch servers. What I'd do is I'd go to Rush and then switch to Conquest. I'd mix it up because I really am liking Rush and Battlefield 1. And Conquest I'm not too fond of, but anyways. So the gun balancing, the class balancing, and of course it's a beta. Now, there's also been talks of them putting the alpha map that I think it's called Squintino Skies or something. It's the grassy green map, which I like the grass and the mud a lot more than I like the sand, but it is what it is. And we're last week we talked about the battle pickups. Now, these things are awesome. I'm gonna go from, in my opinion, worst to best. Now, coming in at worst spot, in my personal opinion, is the flamethrower dude. The flamethrower dude is very powerful at close quarters, and if you get him in the city area of the map with a bunch of flags are piled up, you can go on a wrecking spree. But as you get far away, he can get picked off and he gets shot in the back, and he's a weak spot. Next is the machine gun dude, and the reason I have him above the flamethrower dude is he has outstanding range. He can only hip fire, but his hip fire accuracy is very good. They're talking very good, and it's just you can hip fire people from miles away. Not really, but figuratively. Now, in my opinion, the best is the sniper hunter or the tank hunter with the Gravaire sniper that you load in. It's bolt action, it's iron sights, but it's freaking crazy. You get 20 shots when you pick it up. Now, in my experience, what has been happening is a armored car will take 2 shots. A tank at full health will take 4 if you're close, and so on. You can kind of gauge it from there. And I'm talking about the heavy tanks, the ones that have the tracks that are all the way up top, not the big box ones. The box ones will probably take less, but the heavy tanks itself takes about 4 shots. Uh, what my friends did, and I might have the gameplay up on screen, I'm not sure, I might have something else, is we would run around in a squad, and I had the Gravaire anti-tank rifle, and they both had snipers, and they would use their K bullets, and they could get using the K bullets, they could get a heavy tank down to like 70 health, and then I could shoot them 3 times with the Gravaire, because it's a very powerful rifle, and you only have 20 shots, so you don't want to waste it. And also, it's a one-shot to horses, unarmored cars. I haven't actually shot one, but I'm gonna believe it's a 2-shot. It'll probably do a lot of damage, that initial bullet though. And gosh darn, I forgot. And against infantry, it's a 1-shot. You can expect, and it's amazing against infantry. But whenever I was running around with my friends, I would not shoot unless there was a vehicle, because vehicles in this game are very powerful, especially tanks. And having that utility, like me having a pistol most of the time, but a I can't forget, I'm sorry guys, a tank. Man, sorry about that. Whenever we encountered a tank, me having that really just helped us survive. And we'd run around with a squad of 5. We just captured enemy spawns, and we just run around, and we were just wrecking people, and it was a good old time. But anyways, that's gonna bring it to the end of the video. I really thankful you guys watched it, and if you're to this point, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot of Battlefield videos. I'm gonna make a lot over the weekend. A lot of cool gameplay. I was wrecking, bayoneting, just charging people, sniping, everything. And if you guys want a specific thing me to do, leave it in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.